Earlier I told you that database tables were a lot like the tables you might see in an infographic or a reference book. There are some differences though. One of these is important when there are multiple answers to a question, which will often be the case just before we use a count or another aggregation. This table is about animals and what they eat. Unlike some tables we've seen before, this one sometimes has the same value in some of the cells, with different values over here. This is how we say things like brown bears eat fish and meat and plants in a database table. We split that sentence out into multiple sentences, which make multiple rows in the table. Why don't we just make multiple columns? Or put several values in one column separated with commas or something? There are lots of reasons not to do that. If we tried using multiple columns for the different foods each animal eats, we wouldn't know how many columns to make in advance. Some animals do eat a lot more kinds of food than others after all. And what's more, we want to be able to use counts and other aggregations. And those will only work if we have our data separated out into rows, not jammed together. Now let's take a look at a real database query against this table. Select food from diet, where species equals orangutan. This looks almost like ordinary English, but this is actually an SQL database query. It's asking the database to return particular data from the diet table. In a moment, we'll run this query using an actual database. But before we do, can you figure out which rows and which columns from this table it will return?